Hey guys, welcome back to Chef Talk and welcome back to my review of Boy Kills World. Boy Kills World was directed by Moritz Moore and was written by Tyler Burton Smith, Aaron Reimers, and Moritz Moore. Boy Kills World stars Bill Skarsgård as Boy, Famke Janssen as Hilda van der Kooi, Jessica Rothe as June 27th, Michelle Dockery as Melanie van der Kooi, Sharlto Copley as Glenn van der Kooi, and H. John Benjamin as the voice of Boy. Boy Kills World has a runtime of 1 hour and 55 minutes. Quick synopsis. A boy is out for revenge after the death of his family and is trained in the jungle by a mysterious shaman in the ways of fighting. I'm just going to come out right and say it, guys. This movie is fucking crazy. It really starts right away in this movie. It gives you a little bit of a build-up on what happened, and then it just goes full force into like the training montages and figuring out what's going on. And acts 1 and 2, in my own opinion, are crazy. And you don't think it's going to go anywhere more. But then the third act comes and they just ratchet that thing up to like an 11. It is a crazy movie from almost start to finish. And the reason really we're coming to Boy Kills World is not because of the writing. It's not because of cinematography, though the cinematography is pretty good in this movie. But it's the action. And we get some over-the-top, ultra-violent, gory action. And, I would compare this movie to like Battle Royale, Hunger Games, John Wick, all did a line of cocaine in the bathroom and came out swinging, because that is what this movie is. It is like turning your brain on, pushing all the caffeine it can take, all the drugs it can take, and then putting it into cinema form. That is what we're getting with Boy Kills World. And speaking about that gore and the blood, last week, I think it was, right? Last week, I mentioned in the review of Abigail how I think the studio or the director or whoever ordered a little too much blood. They put an extra 0 when it was supposed to be like 10 gallons and they ordered 100 gallons. And I think the people that did the ordering for Abigail did the ordering for Boy Kills World, because my God, it would take me a minute to tell you a scene that probably did not contain some form of blood in it. I swear to God, again, they ordered so much blood and they said, you know what, fuck it, instead of returning it, we're just going to use it in our movie. And sweet baby Jesus, what is it with studios and using a cheese grater in their scenes? Evil Dead did it before, and that kind of grossed me out, creeped me out. And now we have that scene in Boy Kills World. And there were times where I almost decided to look away with what was going on in that scene. I don't know if I'll ever look or own a cheese grater again because of these two movies. This is the second movie this year we've had Sharlto Copley in it, and it feels like they use him greatly. He steals the scene when he's on, but we don't get enough of him, in my opinion. He's relegated to a sub-character in both movies, and we really don't get to see enough of him. It's sad to see, and sad. I want more. Give us more. Why does he become such a recluse in these movies? And I didn't mention her before, but Quinn Copeland plays Mina. The boy's sister. And the actress alone, I think, really kills it in this role. We kind of get her as our connection to Boy and understanding more about where Boy is at mentally and why he's actually in the state that he's in. And the performance that Quinn gives us was really well done. I felt for her in some of the scenes that she was in. And I just had to at least give her a mention, because I think she did a wonderful job and definitely was giving us that bridge between the audience and Boy and giving us that give and take. And then we got to talk about Bill Skarsgård. My God, this guy can act. To take on a role where you pretty much don't utter a single word throughout the whole movie and still deliver us a performance that really has us gripped, and you can emote and pass your emotions via the facial expressions, your body language, I think he killed it in this role. And especially the action scenes that he was in, by God, he's been in some action movies before, but I think this solidifies him as a genuine action star. The guy has all around qualities, and his physique. I know a lot of women, probably some men, and I'm looking at you, Chili Boy, are going into this movie and just like drooling over Bill Skarsgård because his physique is phenomenal, and they love showing it off in this movie. And to get into some of the things I disliked about this movie, as I mentioned, we're not going into this movie because of the writing, and the writing is not terrible, but it is not also the best thing in this movie. But I think everybody going into this movie or even making this movie knew that the writing was there just to get us to the next action scene. It was the action scene that was going to get the butts in the seats. And so I'm okay with this not having a great writing or a great, story. It is something we've seen before, right? Boy loses family, boy gets trained, boy goes and tries to kill the people that killed his family. And then to kind of really follow on to that, it is the characters also. We don't get a lot of backstory. The characters are a lot of one-dimensional, except for a few. There are a few that have more history than others. But for the most part, the characters in this movie, as well as the writing, were there to get us to the next action scene and the next kick-ass fight. And that's fine. We get some colorful, over-the-top characters, and they do the job well enough. And I'm kind of sorry to say this next one, but H. Jon Benjamin, being the narrator, being the voice for Boy, just didn't do it for me. All I pictured whenever he was speaking was Archer. His voice does phenomenal jobs for being Archer, and I guess that's more likely because I first was introduced to Benjamin because of Archer. So that is all I could picture in my head. And he has an iconic voice, and doesn't do much changing of his voice or tone. And so while I get why they wanted to use him as the voice of Boy, it just took me out of it sometimes. Nothing against H. Jon Benjamin. He's a phenomenal actor. It's just I don't think for myself that voiceover did it for me. And overall, guys, Boy Kills World delivers on what it sets out to do, and that is to provide us with these ultra gory action scenes that are so over the top that you are just going, oh my fucking God, how are you still alive? And that is what I expected going into this movie, and that is what it delivered to me, and I was satisfied with it. We got some phenomenal performance from Bill Skarsgård. We got some good performance from Quinn Moreland, I thought, as his sister. And the rest of the cast were just over the top, eccentric, caricatures, really. And that is fine. This is a true summer blockbuster movie where you're just sitting there eating some popcorn, turn off your brain, and watch a great action movie. And with all that being said, guys, Shep Talk is going to give Boy Kills World 4 Sheps out of 5. Have you seen it? Let me know down in the comments down below, because I would love to discuss. Did you have a good enough time as I did? Or did you think I'm just taking some of the Shama's medicine? But guys, that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, please remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It does help my channel out greatly, and I do truly appreciate each and every one of you. But this is Darth Shep, signing off.